happy... What is today? Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, March the 7th. Hope you all are doing well. We're here today, back in the Kaldvann. Figured I'd do a Kaldvann stream once again before supper, and then after supper I'll probably jump into the Carabasset and work more on Kingfield to show you guys. So that'll be kind of the itinerary for the night, because I know I said I'd work on Carabasset, and I intend to, because I need to keep the good motivation going. Ooh, I got a YouTube notification saying I'm live. That's cool. That's great. Perfect. So just to recap from last night, what did we do? Well, not a whole hell of a lot, because you know how slow I am. I painted fields, particularly a lot of these fields right here. These 3 fields have existed. This road that comes over the crossing, and started to work back here on these fields and this farm area, and kind of the area that surrounds the airport. I'm trying to figure out exactly how we're going to get a small creek in that will kind of come under the road and the drill line into this pond, and that will inevitably come under the town and out over here via a culvert. That's kind of what was done last night. It took about 2 hours. I was very tired, very depressed, so on and so forth. We built the small little grain elevator. So I guess the plan for today is to kind of go ahead and maybe continue off of that work, maybe pushing this way towards the Nidsun, and maybe even start working on this coastline here. What I've done today, on the other hand, though, was I really wanted to get this highway on and off ramp kind of done up. So I extended the A13 out, and I've completed it. I completed exit. Oh, I don't even know what exit we're up to. What number this would be on the A13? Because we probably have one exit back over here, or we might have one exit before we get into town. But let's see, exit. This is kind of exit 2, I would say. This is exit 2 right here, so it might have to become exit 3. So this will be now exit 3. We have exit 4, which is underground, which kind of dumps out into Rosenborg and so on and so forth over here. And over here where the B6 ends. It might pop up here in a second. Things being very slow today. There we go. You see here, here's the highway, and it comes out over here. So I need to find a new concrete spline that doesn't break like that. So I'll find something. So that's exit 4. Exit 5 is right here with the C-130. Exit 6 is here for Sorgenfree. Then we have the interchange for the B6 and the A13, so that kind of won't count. Then we have exit 7, which will be for the A113 again. And so I guess this will be exit 8, if I could spit that out without my voice cracking like that. This will be exit 8, which will service Hasvik and kind of the surrounding areas. What's Toby? He's being a cat. Oh, what a guy. So yeah, I worked on this and it actually came up pretty nice in my opinion. Everything is measured out. The lane, you know, the merge lanes are all approximately 500 meters, except for this lane right here. It's a little longer just because I wanted to keep it uniform. Make it a little bit longer with everyone heading towards the bridge. Give more time to merge before you get up there. But everything is measured out appropriately, and the highway starts to head right. It's going to kind of head back towards the coastline. But then kind of what I'm most proud of is the toll. I built a toll booth. Because since the A highways are all tolled highways. Cameron Bay Alliance, hello. Have you seen the updates in the AM's Discord server of the VS? Personally, I have not. I just recently got on the AM server today. Posted a screenshot of this toll booth. I actually haven't really combed through the AM server. But I suppose I could go up into screenshots and take a gander here. Let me see. Also, I appreciate reaching out the other day. I just get so busy with work that I forget to reply. So that was my bad. Let me see. I'm assuming you're up in screenshots. Assuming anyhow. But yeah, so we did this toll booth right here, which dumps out onto just a surface road. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So we have our two. I mean, I need to finish detailing a little bit, put more cameras in, particularly here at the exits, looking at the cars coming and going. It's a nice canopy, which actually worked out pretty well. It's actually a platform canopy, but I suppose it fits the purpose just fine. What we're going for. There's some minor things I need to do. Like I said, I need to add like some more bollards and stuff like that to prevent cars from just ramming into the toll booth. Some caution lights out front. I need to put maybe just some clutter of cones and barrels, just for when a lane gets blocked off. I need to put traffic lights up on the gate areas themselves. I need to raise this Tesla up, although I don't think I can. No, I can. No crap. Alright. But how it works here is the two inner lanes are for cash options, and the two outer lanes are for basically like easy pass. I don't know what the actual pass program in Kaldvann is. How'd you make the toll booth? How'd you make the toll booth? It's in work in progress. Oh, let me go CWIP real quick. Let me see work in progress routes. I see a lot of Walter White. That's a lot of Walter. That's a lot of Walter White. Jesus. That was a ton of Walter White. Oh yeah, I did see the gas station right there. I like that. I think I saw that, and then I posted my shot. So that gas station's looking pretty good. It's all looking very nice, actually. Streets in the coastline. Nice big bridge across the water there, looking very good. Looking very, very good. The toll booth, it's a plethora of different assets, so on and so forth. It's a number of different routes and so on and so forth. So what it is basically, I'll kind of take you through real quick. So we have this canopy here, which is MS Canopy 11. There's a couple different canopies, and I particularly liked this one, which I probably will use at some toll booth. But unfortunately, you see the pillars aren't very tall, because again, this isn't meant for cars. I need to be able to clear 53-foot trailers under here. So it is nice, and I'll probably work it in somehow, just, can't quite use it here, because I already built the lanes and such. And I just use, like I got security booth, and I use the no gate version, because if I use the gated version, the payment window would be on the opposite side versus the side I need it on, so it'd be kind of servicing the passenger side. So if you have a British route, it works just fine, but for my right hand driving, it does not. So I use the security booth, which is all on the DLS. All this can be found on the DLS, except for the AM security booth gate. This is Joe's, so you can find it on his website. So I just use that to service as the gates. Then I kind of plop in the ATLS US Light 2 or US. Can I spell that in English? Can I actually get it real quick? US 2 light signal to kind of give whether the lane is open or not. And that's just a lot of splines. As you can see here, it's splined up pretty well. So we have concrete slab, 10 meter. We have for kind of the, if I can get that, please, come back. JRR, no, wait, no, that's not what I wanted at all. EMT concrete strip spline, 10 feet, 3.05 meter wide. And of course we have the JRRM single white lines and such. Using the asphalt parking lot light for the actual pavement texture. Then we have U.S. highway sign gantry. The poles that holds them up is a separate asset, so it's U.S. highway gantry post, which I could probably afford to put a post in the middle here. And then we just have CCTV cameras. This is JR Small Yard Office, kind of serves as like the toll plazas, you know, like the highway department's kind of crew shed. I think I just used JR safety or crash barrier. Yeah, JR crash barrier. And that kind of completes the toll booth's initial look. There's a few other assets that I need to add, and a few other things I need to do just to kind of complete the look here, signage and so on and so forth. I had to make some probably custom signage, some overhead highway signs to point either towards Trondheim or whatever the hell happens to be that way. Because this is kind of like the last major off-ramp, because by the time you pass by here, you're heading out into the country. You're heading away from Trondheim. There'll probably be a town somewhere over here, kind of in the foothill of Helvete Portfjellet, yeah, Hellgates Mountain. So there'll probably be an off-ramp somewhere over there. I'm imagining somewhere in between this exit, which would sit roughly right here, I believe. Yeah, right about here. So the exit sits about here. The next exit's going to be quite a ways away. I forget how big these blocks are. This grid is. Let me see how long is the grid? Looks like about 722 meters. Which I don't know what translates to in feet, but it's a pretty good, because I know like 2.5 squares is a mile. So I mean, we're looking at, because there's gonna be a gas station here on the exit, and that's gonna be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're looking at 10 miles before the next exit, so it's a pretty considerable distance away by the time you hit exit 9. You know, and that could be a little more just because the highway will be kind of meandering along, so it'll be about 10 miles, whatever that so happens to translate to in meters. Where's my phone? There it is. Wanted to grab that real quick, because there we go. Just in case anyone decides to call or text. So that'll be kind of that. So I want to make sure that, you know, there's going to be a small service station up the way for cars that are heading this way that might not have the gas to make it. Maybe like the last service stop before you head into Trondheim. And also because it's a toll highway, you know, you have to pay to get on. You know, generally speaking, you would want people to be allowed to get off and get gasoline, so they don't have to continuously pay. I mean, on a section of highway, I think on I-90, out towards Pennsylvania, or out in, or no, yeah, it was I-90 in Pennsylvania, heading away from Buffalo. Or was it coming through? But no, I was heading to Maine. I'm sorry, it was coming through or towards Buffalo. I was getting low on gas. I needed, you know, I said, oh, there'll be a rest stop. There's always rest stops alongside the highway. Not realizing, no, there's not one on that stretch of that part of the highway. You know, I was kind of SOL, like, and I couldn't believe it because, you know, I grew up here, and there's always rest stops on the highway, especially on toll highways, because I have to pay to get off. And I was kind of pissed. I'm like, are you kidding me? I gotta really pay, you know, to get back on the highway now because they didn't throw in a rest stop nearby. Like, that sucks. Yeah, and I paid. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't really have a choice. I'm gonna run out of gas, so I need to pay. Need to pay, otherwise, you know, run out of gas on the pike. So, and that's only so fun. You can only have so much fun with running out of gas on a highway. I'll throw this this in back here. It'll be like a small service area. There'll be a couple gas stations maybe, or maybe just the one, I guess. Might be a couple of restaurants and a hotel just off the highway. Nothing huge, just a service area. Still don't know what I'm going to call that town down there. But I do find it cool that you can just see Trondheim out in the distance. Or, well, Rosenborg and Sorgenfri and so on and so forth. But I do find that very, very cool that you can see it. You can even, yeah, there's downtown Trondheim there. That still makes me happy. Just seeing my work over the years just makes me happy. And even with the Carabasset, just seeing all the work of all the collective individuals on the Carabasset coming together. It's quite nice. It's really, really nice, actually. So there's the Octon. And I'm not sure what's gonna go off towards the right. Probably nothing too major. Maybe the road will kind of meander itself along. Just kind of start heading through the country. So yeah, not really sure where this road will go, but that's the way I brought it. It's a T intersection there. So left will take you towards, I forget what main road that is. That might be the B43 or is that the B63? Or no, that's a C road. I'm sorry, that's a C road. But yeah, so I don't know exactly where the C road is, or what numbered C road that is, but yeah, that's where this road heads. So I need to figure out exactly how I'm doing this parking lot. I could use the asphalt spine again. Instagram has gone off. Whomst or what? Nothing I care about. We'll bring that in a little bit. Big advocate of just using splines, just helpful. Especially when you're not working on the grid and stuff like that, it just makes it so much easier. So, let me turn this down a little bit more. Actually, I can't go any lower. Alright, well, that will be what it is, I suppose. Move the pumps up just a little more, give some more space for parking. Now, it just occurred to me, maybe this honestly should have been on the other side of the road, so it's easier for cars coming off the highway to access. I suppose that probably would have been a better idea. I really suppose it doesn't matter, because it could be an opposing gas station on the other side. I do want to try using those new JR curbs. Trying to find any excuse I can to use these because I haven't had an actual reason to yet. I suppose this would probably be the best way to use them. Kind of divide up the street a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so it's like tapered to the ground? How does that work? Oh, this is interesting. Huh. Maybe I'll use the other one? Yeah, should we use the other one? That's interesting. So I've never used these before, so I don't really actually know how they work. I know Mal, he's used them quite a bit. In like his Georgia Northeastern route, which he's been showing me some more pictures of, and I honestly can't wait for that. That is one thing I might run the hell out of. I probably would love to run it here on the channel. Just to kind of have something else to do, like, you know, just seeing all the hard work he's put into the Georgia Northeastern. It's been nice. He's done a great job on that. Yeah, we'll just call that good. Might even mulch it up behind it or something like that, or I don't know. Honestly, that's just fine, right, the way it is. So we'll go ahead and move along. And one thing I love to do is put concrete under the bays here, the pumps. I think a 15 meter would work well. And 100. There we go. So it just gives the pumps to something to rest on. Makes it look a little more official. Now what I will do is I'm going to put like a road stripe in here. Bring it up. Brought up, good. Alright, we'll do this as well. No. There you go. And we'll move this back as well. So what we'll do over here is we'll put in a sidewalk. So sidewalk, that's not how you spell that at all. We'll put a sidewalk in around the building. And you know what, we'll go downtown. We'll go with the ones I usually use. You know, we'll do the 3 wide. It's a Kaldvann special. Weather. Snow stopping soon. It's snowing? There it is. Huh. Didn't know it was supposed to snow today. I mean, it's not gonna snow much, but still didn't know it was gonna snow today. Huh. Alright then. this worked in just fine. There's that. And now inevitably there is going to be some fast food restaurant off to the side here. I'm probably thinking of McDick's. McDonald's. So we have Joe's McDonald's that he has here, which approach medium. So we could do McDonald's, we could do a Taco Bell, which, oh, I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long. Miss Taco Bell. Might just do a Taco Bell. Taco Bell? Yeah, we'll just do a Taco Bell and we'll call it good there. But which Taco Bell to use is the question. Taco Bell. Let's see. So yeah, these are kind of the ones that I'm stuck with. And like, I like this one, but the only problem is the sign's like right up against the building. And like, which doesn't make sense to me because you have the sign already right here. I suppose, you know, we could just move it back. Yeah, we could just move it back here. You get the idea. Taco Bell, it's not intruding on the natural scenery, so that is good. We're probably also going to move this back just a touch. Keep it away from the roadway, keep it out of sight. I mean, that is a very beautiful view, and you don't really want to disturb it with too much, which is why I don't really want a McDonald's, because it's a pretty, they have pretty big signs. Yeah, so I got a Taco Bell here, so I think that'll do just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and use again this parking lot spline. I think that has the best use for me. So we're gonna drag it out as such, drag it back as such. I think over here we're starting to go downhill, so I'm gonna just level it out. Keep it nice and level. So keep that nice and level with the rest of the area around it. Not trying to spoil natural scenery too much, because you want to preserve that. That is a very gorgeous view. You want a pretty unadulterated, uninterrupted view of that mountain, especially when it erupts and, you know. So we just need a little road that connects the two here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab TB road. TB road will go 8 meters. There we go. B3, what's the difference? There is no difference. This one looks a little more So I will go ahead and lower it down. It's kind of curved a little bit. Did not realize that. A little bump coming through then. So I guess in other news, I got a call back on the Nissan Sentra I was looking at today, and I was denied. Once again, they wanted a cosigner with perfect credit. And I'm like, well, I know someone who could co-sign for me that has perfect credit, but the likelihood of him doing that on a car that he didn't help me find is slim to none. So, fortunately, I had to tell him, like, you know, hey, thanks, you know, I appreciate it, but, you know, I can't, because I won't be able to get a co-signer. So, I'm like, oh yeah, no problem, you know, thanks for being interested. It's like, yeah, you're welcome. So, not exactly what I was looking for, but again, I can only really be mad at myself. You know, it is what it is. But, so I went ahead and contacted the dealership with the first Sentra I test drove, and like, because they showed me a 2017 Nissan Versa for a little more money, but it also had 10,000 miles on it. The only thing I didn't like about this Versa was it has crank windows, manual locks, and so on and so forth. I guess it has Bluetooth or something like that, so it says on the site, or something they've explained to me. So it has some sort of Bluetooth capability, which I find funny that it has all those base features, but it still has Bluetooth. So it's kind of funny. But the thing gets like 41 mpg, so you know it's pretty popular for its reliability and gas mileage, which MLA drives the exact same thing with the exact same features. And I've always told her, you know, oh hey, yeah, sell me this car if you ever get the chance. But you know, more I've thought on it, it's like, yeah, I don't really know if I want it as a daily. Don't really know if I want it as a daily driver, because you know, just lack thereof features. It's like I have my Crown Vic. It's pretty featureless. You know, it does get old after a while. It's like, okay, you know, maybe I'd like to upgrade to something that actually has stuff in it. You know, that's kind of my thought, but unfortunately, because of, hold on. That's a great description. Large male. Yeah, a little that narrows it down. Sorry, police scanner. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I just kind of would like a car with some features for a change. You know, something that actually just has working things. Because you know, my Focus wasn't loaded, but it was pretty nice. I like it. I was hoping to actually have like a backup camera, some nice Bluetooth, a nice just radio for a change, just something nice, you know, something to really enjoy my commute in. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. So I don't have high hopes on the Versa, just because I've been denied without a cosigner. You know, and it is what it is, but it's like, you know, I am hoping for something, because I would like to get rid of this Ford Focus so I can survive my drive. So hopeful, I mean, like I said, it's not the car I really want, but especially also because it's the one Emily drives, and it's like, it's a little. You know, I kind of really don't want to drive the exact same car she has. Seems just kind of weird, in my opinion. Probably because I just made it weird, but I don't know, just my thought. But I guess I can't be choosy right now, because you know, I'm not really getting approved for a lot of cars. So I guess I need to really go for the one that'll be the best option at getting approved. You know, it has so few miles on it, and you know, the even the dealership's like, you know, the bank's more than likely going to approve you because the car has a lot of value still in it because it has so few miles. It only has 10,000 miles. You're basically buying a brand new car. You know, I'm like, I know, just the lack of features. Like, I know, it is a reliable car. I'm like, I know, because MLA's car is very reliable. It actually does pretty well in the snow. Like, it's not a bad car. I actually do enjoy it. It's just, it doesn't even have variable wiper speeds. It just has either in a minute, on, or full blast. And it's like, ooh, yeah, this car's really, really basic. But I always did say I liked going to the gas station with it because didn't take a whole lot of gas. I think from dead empty, she put like 7.5 gallons in it. It'd just be full. And I'm like, are you kidding me? My Crown Vic would laugh at you if you put 7 gallons in and go, okay. No, the car would just laugh at you. Freaking 7 gallons, my ass. Yeah, no, it takes like 7 gallons, then it's full, and it's like, screw you. But, so we'll wait and see. Like I said, I'm waiting on a call back from them, and I still like the Sentra and wouldn't mind getting into one day. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll be a 2 Nissan, you know, club. Maybe I can hang on to the Versa for some time and use it for a trade-in. I don't know. There's not a lot of room there. Let's see, I don't think I can drag this over to where are we doing? I got some room to play with. I do have room to play with, okay. I just don't want the parking lot to be too tight. I mean, we do have a lot of room to work with here, particularly because, you know, there's not a lot of stuff out here. Much better, you know, it gives more room to kind of drive around, and I might even extend this out just a little bit so cars can get through, cars waiting at the drive-thru, or go around cars waiting at the drive-thru. There. So there will be that. You just make your turn out and head back toward the highway. It'll probably just look better once I put some textures down and, you know, put some clutter. I want to put some rocks in the area and just some trees. Not a lot of trees, just some trees. Now, what we really need now is a hotel. Just a little hotel, nothing huge. Some lodging would be recommended, so I'll probably put them maybe back here. Maybe we'll go up the road. It says a reason to turn right. I'll probably put them over here. Again, try not to block the view of the mountain too much. Let's see, we'll go hotel. Probably just put like a Best Western or a Comfort Inn. Yes, that right there works just fine. Yep, no, that's perfect too. Yep, that is. So let's see here. That's a nice hotel. Fortunately, we use that down. Comfort Inn. Okay, nope. Holiday Inn. Yep. We'll do no parking. I'll drag my own out. So it'll be kind of tucked back up here. So I do want to give, you know, even the guest a very nice view of the mountain. Oh, it was level there. That's not bad. Oh, beautiful. It'll actually be nice and easy to build a parking lot. Perfect. Yeah, let's get some textures up in here. Let's get some baseline textures down real quick, just so I kind of know what I'm working with. 'Cause it just kind of looks so bleak and bland. Next step is to kind of place brush between these fields to kind of start dividing them up. Alright, so we'll start plopping textures down. But like I said, I hope the car goes well. It's like, you know, do I want the Versa? No, but it would be a nice, reliable car that would serve me well. So I can't be picky here. I have to really. I don't think I'm settling. I just, you know, I'm not going to get approved for a lot, especially with something with a few miles on it. You know, I really should maybe try and snatch that up, because that's a whole brand. Like, there's only 10,000 miles on this car. That car, let's just see here. So, that car is 6 years old. Thing's only driven about 1,733 miles a year in its lifetime. That car has gone nowhere. Like, even Emily, she has a 1966, a 2016 Nissan Versa with only, like, I think we've lately put a lot of miles on it, but she's only up to 50 some odd thousand miles. You know, 55 last time I saw. So that's 7,857 miles a year. So, like, you know, when your insurance asks you how many miles you drive in a year, she can actually say under 10,000, because she doesn't go anywhere. You know, the most she was driving was down here to Saco, and even toward the end, like, I was constantly going to New Brunswick. So, but yeah, so, like, it's not a bad car, just, like I said, lacking of features is the one downside. Like I said, there's nothing to the car. Crank windows. I didn't even know they still made crank windows. Didn't even know they still made them. Like, I couldn't believe Emily's car had crank windows when I first started to get to know her. I'm like, what year is this car? She goes 2016. I'm like, what? No way. So I think what's going to happen here is there's probably still going to be farm fields nearby. You know, this is, again, big farm area, big farm territory. There might be a small forest kind of here, which will break up the farmland. But there'll probably be more fields kind of out this way and kind of in between here and the highway, maybe. I do need to consider high voltage transmission lines. To put some asphalt down underneath this just to delineate, you know, even on the map where the service areas are. And it's cool that it didn't plop down any of my texture that I selected. I love that for me. I really do. Really, really love that. Yep. Okay, can we stop doing that, please? Stop doing that. There we go. Beautiful. Did it really not? What the hell? It had to have popped down a texture. Are you kidding me? What? It didn't plop down the texture? What in the world? Alright, come on. Okay, so it's plopping it down now. I just want to make sure, because, like, this will be my third attempt now at, you know, putting down the texture. I can see it on the edges now, so I definitely know it's plopping it down. Zoom out. Okay, yeah, I plopped it down. Cool. Jeez. Alright, there's that. And I'll probably just put, if we can actually just bring it down a little more. Just so you can kind of see where the road is. Now I'll probably just put some gravel underneath the ramps, just so that's differentiated.
With the hotel, the people that's with them, I'm not sure if there's another female, but there's no access, and she's not work, does not work the hotel.
There. Kind of keep this, like I said, a little further back. Don't want to block the view too much. Ideally, I'd like to have the sign kind of out over here. I wonder if there is a Holiday Inn sign that I could borrow, or well, not borrow, but get from the MLS. No, kind of already have them, so that'll do fine. I mean, looking at it here, two signs, they're kind of far back. I don't think it takes away too much from the view.
We have one here. The female was able to get one, so she should go there.
Yeah, I'll probably just throw that right here, just by the highway, so you can see coming off that there is a Holiday Inn. I mean, you'll, again, probably already know, but just that is there. I think that's probably the best use, and I really just want to keep everything out of the way of the mountain. Kaldvann is pretty big on adverts and signage, on trying to keep it down and preserving natural beauty, particularly in areas like this, because this is such a, you know, it's our largest and landmark. It's our, you know, it's a landmark. This is our national icon, the mountain, and such. How's about the Porthfjellet? So, generally speaking, you want to preserve a view of your national landmark. So, um, so that's why I'm trying to figure out like what's the best option here to not obstruct that view so much. And places like North Conway, New Hampshire do a lot of the similar or similar things. They try to preserve the view and really push for smaller signs and stuff like that. And even historical districts and towns, you can only have such a big sign. Like I make fun of, and again, here we go with her, Emily, up in Brunswick. It's like the most pathetic looking Domino's sign I've ever seen. The thing's so small and it's so low to the ground because of city ordinances. Because of the city ordinances, keep it, they make it has to be small. But hi, Toby. You are still a cat. Hello. No, go be a man. Oh, he's still here being a man. No. What is all this? What's that? What's that? No. Alright, so how do I want to design this? So let's see, sidewalk. I think I will use the 12-foot, no curb. Don't need a curb. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he flopped. Hello, why are you flopping? Oh, what caused this flop to occur? Calm yourself. Oh, no, check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I gotta pick him up, he's a cat. Here, look at the mountain. I'm picking up my cat. Oh. Easy there. No, it's okay. It's okay. You're okay. It was my elbow. You're alright. Oh. I see a little tail swishing. Yes, I see it swishing. Oh, you do not like this. No, you're gonna be a lap cat and you're gonna like it. You're gonna be a lap cat and you're gonna like it. You're a good kitty. Be a man. Anyhow. So Kaldvann takes very big strides in making sure that large advertisements are placed far out of the way. They're not obstructing any natural view of a big landmark such as the mountain. Billboards. There are some billboards I think scattered around Trondheim. Adverts like that are pretty much kept to the city. Cityscapes and stuff like that, and even the cities are very strict about their adverts. Billboards aren't totally outlawed, but pretty darn close. So there is that. Parking. Well, that worked really well. Let's just keep the parking lot level, buddy. Go, Toby. No, 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 no. Stop being a cat. Stop being a cat. Go over there. Go over there. Oh. There's that. So we'll put another row of parking in here. And there'll probably be a little more parking kind of around. I don't want to shock this area so full of parking, but obviously it's a hotel and you want to make sure you have ample parking for the rooms. So I mean, it's probably what, 2 windows per room. So 1 room, 2, 3. Oh wait, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 room only gets 1 set of windows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16. So there's 16 per floor. There's 3 floors, not including the so the lobby. So there's probably like these 3 windows here are for other things. That's probably the stairwell. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say there's probably about 48 rooms. So you could realistically you need probably about a space or 2. Oh, hello. So you want to make sure that there's enough parking for about everyone. So let's just say 48 rooms times 2. That's 96 spaces. You want about 96 spaces. So already looking at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's about 26 spaces here. So we need about 70 more spaces to make this kind of complete. So what I'm probably going to do is maybe extend the parking lot out this way, which will require me kind of, I might just come down, make a lower level. But before I do that, I'm going to hit the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back with you guys. back. Sorry about that. Just needed a quick restroom break. Oh, it's Toby being a man. Whoa. Okay. So let's get back into it. So let's continue to build that parking lot. Ooh, I have 0 viewers right now. Beautiful. That call's going nowhere, so I'm going to turn that down. So let's see here. Let's go ahead. Alright, hold on. We need the Tesla. Just need to measure with Teslas. That's a wide parking lot, Jesus. I suppose that's good, you know. I could probably put a sidewalk up here to maybe make it a little bit narrower. I don't think we need all that space. I think this is an appropriate amount of space right here. So yeah, why don't I go ahead and put a sidewalk? Because I'd choke and die. Why don't I go ahead and put a sidewalk in? And then I'll kind of narrow that space up a little bit. Like I said, I don't think we need all that space. It's kind of a waste of space. But in terms of good news going on lately, I think I had mentioned sometime last week or last stream or whatnot that I had reached out to a therapist. I was just waiting on to hear back about anything when I could start. And she got back to me today, said she was very happy to as I have a stroke. She was very happy to hear that I was going to be going with her. And, you know, she sent me a link, just paperwork to fill out, and, you know, so on and so forth. So I submitted all the documents that I needed to today, and just went ahead and got myself signed up for this Friday. So, been going in this Friday to get just some help, start doing things again, and start working on me first and foremost, and really trying to get myself figured out after this whole kerfluffle, because, you know, on one hand, like I said, I told Emily I'd always flow with her boundaries, no matter what she needed. I would try my best, and I do genuinely want to try, as shitty as it's been and as shitty as it would be to just end the relationship. I did make a promise to my friend. Just, it does hurt. There is a lot of thoughts in my mind, and I'm not handling them in any appropriate manner. You know, I haven't been through a therapist since 2019, so it's like I'm a little behind the game. I'm a little behind, so hopefully this will help me in getting going again, and hopefully this will start to take care of things. I know this isn't going to be the do-all, end-all, but hopefully this can start me heading in the right direction and can start getting me to where I need to be. So hopefully Friday will come quickly and we can go from there. So at least, you know, it's like the car situation might not be working out, but if I had to choose a situation that I wanted to work out, this was definitely the one that I was very big on. This is the more important. You know, I have 2 cars that they run. They're not good, but they run. Whereas I don't have a therapist. So, you know, so this is kind of the important one that I was definitely not rushing, but looking more toward, like, this is the one that I need. I also need to see the grid because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So hopefully that'll start pushing me in the right direction. We look forward to Friday, and we look forward to payday too, because it's been a rough week. I did get caught up with some things, but we're scraping. We are grinding down the runway into payday. So hopefully payday will come and I can make some of that money last a little while. Which also does kind of sway my opinion of, you know, when I meet with Emily, because, you know, inevitably I'm going to have to spend money. It's just kind of how it works. I'm gonna have to spend money in some way on myself. You know, we're gonna go out and do something, so obviously I want to make sure that I have money to go do things with. So you know, my coworker Louis last night, he was asking me because, you know, I forgot to cancel my HelloFresh subscription and they took the last of my money, and I'm like, no, come back. You know, he emailed them and explained the situation, and they're like, sorry. I'm like, yeah, no, that was my bad. I meant to cancel the subscription, so didn't think there'd be anything they could do, but, you know, it's always good to try. But they said, no, sorry, can't really help you. I'm like, of course. Heard that one before. Anyhow, so sitting there, and Louis was asking, because he kind of asked, you know, what had been going on, what's on my mind, you know, because I got stuff that's been on my mind. So I was talking to him, and he's like, we just got paid, like, how are you out of money, and stuff like that. And he came back later, and he's like, I don't mean to pry, but, like, where does your money go? I'm like, you're not prying. I know you're probably just curious at this point. So I explained it to him, and he goes, oh, okay, I just was worried, you know, he's like, I'm being sincere here, like, I was worried you were doing drugs. I'm like, what? No. God, no. Drugs, Jesus Christ. I had to laugh. I'm like, really? He's like, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude and stuff like that, but you can't just. I'm like, I know. I appreciate it, but no, I don't do drugs. The only drug I got's Jesus. Or Odin. We do like a good Odin. An Odin son. Thor Odin son. But yeah, no, he was like, I was just worried you were doing drugs, you know. I'm like, nope, no drugs here. Not even drugs for my sadness. We are a drug-free community. But just kind of found that a little funny. So, but definitely enjoying just having me time a little bit. You know, as much as it kind of sucks, like, I don't want to have just me time anymore. I want to go back to sharing my time. It is nice just to have me time. Like, it's nice just to go out and do things for me. It's nice just to hop on my computer whenever I want and not have to feel like I need to share my time with someone. You know, I can just do things for me again. So, you know, it is kind of nice to be able just to go and do that and just kind of spend time with me and just do things as I want to do them. But there also does come a time where it's like, yeah, you know, I do miss going out and doing things along with somebody else. You know, I do get tired of me every now and again. I can only keep myself so entertained. In terms of that, though, it's been nice to be back here in Kaldvann and designing again and building and trying to put more of my thoughts down as to, you know, what's exactly going on here, and thinking kind of on a more broader scale, you know, what actually happened in Kaldvann over the course of history, like what has been going on in this little nation, this little weird little nation that I've been building, like what's really been going on. You know, are there any aspects that just don't make sense and whatnot, you know, and that's kind of what I've been trying to thumb through is, you know, what aspects don't make sense about this country. I mean, probably a lot if we're being realistic. But what aspects, you know, don't really make sense, you know, what aspects do make sense, you know, what what exactly is going on here that, makes this place this place. Um, So, been trying to, keep things in mind and keep, a realistic approach to certain aspects. Because, like, as much as I want to, like, thrust my country into the world stage, it's like, we're kind of small. It's probably on, like, the scope of, like, New Zealand. How often a day does anyone really think about New Zealand? And, like, no offense to New Zealand. I find it to be a very beautiful country and a lot of nice people that live there. But, like, just on a grand scope of things, as just an American on the East Coast, how often do we think about New Zealand? If your answer was yesterday, then okay, cool. Good job for thinking about New Zealand and remembering them. You can always remember, never forget. But, like, the answer is probably not very often. Nice country, very, very, very beautiful country, very nice people, but again, kind of a little quiet. Just kind of tucked back in there and, doesn't generally do a whole lot. Which is good. We do like a place that's quiet and doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. Unlike this country we live in. But, on the same token, it's like, it's probably what Kaldvann is. Kaldvann's probably a New Zealand. If not smaller. If not a lot more quieter, too. So generally speaking, like, you're not going to hear about this place a whole lot, probably in the course of world history. You might, every now and again. You might. New Zealand will pop up in the news every now and every so often. For what, I haven't a clue. But it does. It pops up in there. Makes its presence known. It goes, hello, I'm New Zealand. And you go, whoa, that's right. That's right, you are. Shit, you're still there. I'm sorry, I forgot about you. And it's like, okay, well, no big worries. Whatever a New Zealand person would say, and then they go about their day. Because a New Zealander probably doesn't care if they're not making headlines. To be honest with you. Maybe they do, I don't know. Maybe I assume something about someone from New Zealand. And that's not okay, and I should be canceled for that. But, yeah, no, it's just kind of how I feel about Kaldvann, though. It's like, there's probably not a lot going on here that's going to make national headlines, or, well, like, headlines in the U.S. about much anything. There's probably interest in this country because they have oil, similarly to Norway. But again, also, when was the last time you heard about Norway in the news for much anything? Personally speaking, as someone who is a big Norway enjoyer, a Norway enthusiast, I don't even really hear about Norway in the news that often. Also, hold on, so we got 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, wait. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. I'll probably say about 78 parking spots, so not quite 96, but I feel like it's going to be alright. Yeah, about 78 parking spots, so I think that'll probably suffice at this point. I don't see the need to really drag too much more out, unless I really wanted to kind of extend this over, which I could. Toby, what are you doing? What are you doing? Messages. Oh, from Felix. So there's that. Extend that over. Probably bring the sidewalk this way and then the access road that leads out. So we use this again. I'll drag this up just a little further. There is that, and now we will drag this road. That's not this road. That's this road. There's a planning board meeting tonight that I'm missing. City of Saco. It's a meeting that I kind of wanted to attend, but don't really have the energy to be going to do much. Yeah, like I said, I've just been down in a hole. And I am sorry to keep going on about it, and that's another hope of mine, is that maybe with therapy, I won't be griping so, I mean, I probably will be, but hopefully I won't be complaining so much on a public forum like this. It's just, there's so many thoughts inside my head right now that it's like, you know, they're just ping-ponging around in there. And, you know, I don't have anywhere to go with it, so hopefully, you know, seeking out a professional will help with that. Because that's kind of the important goal, is to be independent in how I deal with my things, like I was at one point in my life. Whenever that was, I couldn't tell you. But hopefully we can get back to that. I would like to. I would like to get back to that. I'd like to just get back to myself and really get things turned around. So. That. Bring this parking, or the sidewalk, or whatever the hell it is, around. Kind of block it off. But this meeting is kind of important to me, just because they're still talking about that big development they want to build, kind of at this point more in my backyard than it was where I was living, and I'm in the area of which, you know, they send letters out to. I was in touch with the Facebook page Save Saco Neighborhoods, who apparently it got shadow banned or something along those lines, which leads me to believe there was some foul play from the organization that wants to build this, you know, development, because we're the biggest, you know, opponent against it, the people who live in this area, for obvious reasons. Go ahead and get rid of that parking space right here. There. And now I will probably go ahead and just throw some parallel parking along back here. yellow, solid. Of course, we gotta bring it up now. Leave some room. So I don't know how exactly this is gonna work, but I see a Toby looking at me. He's a cat. He is a cat. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. A lot of pointless work for something that probably really doesn't even matter at this point. Oh, which I can't forget. Gonna need these superchargers. So we're going to dedicate some of the premium parking to the superchargers. Because, you know, that's just how this would probably work, is that this is here. And given this is a semi, you know, Nordic country, there is, you know, Norway is pretty obsessed with these things. You would find these all over the place up there. So it's pretty likely to say that this being a, you know, a Norwegian-inspired country, and a country that I don't know if is a part of the EU. I haven't quite gotten that far yet. I don't think Iceland's part of the EU, are they? They might be. Is Iceland a part of the EU? Iceland a part of the EU. Member state of the European Union. Yes, they are. So that would probably raise the question of whether Kaldvann is an EU state, although being so close to North America. Like, being pretty much off the coast of North America. Because, I mean, at one point, you think about it, we were a part of the European Union. Oh, and it's Toby still. There he is, being a man. Oh, being a man. When was the EU formed? '93. So maybe. Kaldvann was never an EU country, because if it was formed in '93 and we sought sovereignty in '87, achieving, you know, complete and total sovereignty in '88, adopting our own constitution, then perhaps Kaldvann was never a part of the European Union. Again, that's something else I have to think about. Is Kaldvann an EU member? Because if that was not something that was in place until '93, it probably would have never been up for discussion then. Because if, you know, we are a former Nordic country, let's just say we were a Norwegian colony until, let's just say, '97, and then Norway allowed us to secede from its union and go about and you know, do our own thing. Would we be grandfathered into the EU? Would be given equal EU status? But if, you know, we left and then the EU was established, you know, that makes us wonder, you know, what would happen? Well, it makes me wonder anyways. There's a damn Tesla. Just put a gray one there, because that's the one I see all the time. These guys love to back in. I think probably because of the supercharger. Wait, no, isn't it up front? There's a supercharger on this thing. Here's your charging port. Toby, what are you doing? Here, you little shithead. What are you doing? Is he playing? Oh, I think he's playing with the other cat. Aw. Where is the charger port on a Tesla Model S? Oh, it's at the tail light on the left rear. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, again, it would probably need to be backing in like this so it can hook up to the supercharger, because the charging port is like right here. Interesting. I find Teslas very interesting. Like a Tesla like this I wouldn't mind owning, because it actually, you know, I like the front end. But other than that, like, I don't really know. Definitely can't afford one. Definitely can't afford one. Alright, so we'll go ahead and finish this up so I can at least call this area done. I don't want to just leave it. And 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. What are you doing, you crazy? What are you doing, huh? Calm yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself real quick. Check yourself, kitty cat. 3, 4, 5. What are you doing? Now you're on drugs. Can't believe it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And a half. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tedious, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. I kept questioning myself when I get to the fifth, like, wait, where does it go? Every single time. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not gonna line up. Please line up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and a god dang it. That's dumb. But there it is. Not bad, and it probably just needs some lighting and such through here. Some basic parking lot lighting. Ooh, something smells good. I am hungry. Oh, who messaged me? It would be a Felix again. Toby, what in the hell? Hold on 1 second. comparing hours I've spent in the flight sim, which I've spent 1,675.3 hours in X-Plane 10, 3,820 in X-Plane 11, and 29 hours in X-Plane 12, and that's just what's tracked on Steam. I've probably spent another 5,000 hours guesstimating, of just hours that were not tracked when I had physical CD versions of those simulators. So, that's just what I'm guessing at this point, or guesstimating, as I tried to say, but had a stronk in the middle of it. That smells good. There, so I think this little area can pretty much call it sell. I mean, I'm probably gonna put some parking along here, and I feel like I should add a curb around the property or something. Something just feels a little off. What the hell are you doing, you cat? Certainly must have got your nap in today. You are full of energy. I'll just take regular parking this time for 300, please. Really want to listen to my music at this point. Really want to listen to my music. Parking. There it is. Like, why can I not find this? Because I'm dumb. Head empty, no thoughts. I don't really think those spots are going to work out. I've seen some curved spots before, but I don't think it's going to work with the spline too well. I could probably throw my own lines in there just to kind of give it a hand, but I don't think that's going to work out too well. So I could probably do that. Let me see. JR yellow solid. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and just add a single space. Just weird wide parking. There. So what's gonna go on over here? I haven't a clue. Maybe just some parking for some semis. Maybe add some dirt back here from the turnaround. Wouldn't be much room for trucks to park because there's a 53 foot, and you'd have to add the cab on, so you probably only get like 1 or 2 trucks. I realistically could park in here. There he goes, being a cat. There you go. Here's something for your day that you probably didn't want to see. A Scania pulling a 53-foot trailer. Look how beautiful that is. Let me line it up with the, oh, that's cancerous. Looks like me playing Euro Truck way back when there was no American Truck. I need to download Euro Truck again. I mean, I don't know how well my steering wheel will do because it doesn't have a great rotation set to it, but really should play some Euro Truck. Been a while since I've done that. It's not too bad. And that's kind of what you'd see over here too. Big 53-foot's getting pulled by a Scania. Let's see, FedEx. A FedEx? Yeah, we'll put just a 727 right here. No, he didn't clip any of the gas pumps. Good for him. Diesel pump somewhere here. I don't think I do, which I'll need to figure out where that's going to go because I'm going to need a diesel pump. Here's what this is something I love. I'm gonna put this in because this always makes my day when I see it. Always makes my whole day when I see it. So you have a Tesla here, right? And you're thinking, oh, what's he doing in the gas station? He doesn't need to be here. He's a Tesla. Well, you'd be right. He doesn't need to be here. He's just here to get some food from the convenience store. Now you'd say, okay, that's fine. As long as he parks in the parking spots that he's supposed to park in. Nope. He's gonna go ahead and park right at the pumps and go on in. Because Tesla. Our drivers are numbskulls. Let's just get that fixed real quick. But yeah, always makes my day when I see that. I'm like, really? You parked at the pumps. You're a Tesla. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. I always love seeing it. Someone pinged me. Who pinged me? Ah, well, glad you got started with tolls, CV Rail. Glad you got started with those. Hello, Train Fan 120. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Let's see. Crash barrier. Probably need some guardrails along here, so. To kind of delineate the property a little bit. We won't go all the way up because trailers will be swinging around. Now, this is something that the county has talked about, you know, because it's a county road, this is a county maintained area, and, you know, with the traffic that comes out of here, it's been noted, hey, you know, maybe we should expand the connector road, the feeder road that leads you to the C road. Maybe we should expand it to at least 2 lanes heading in one direction, 1 lane in the other, or 4 lanes all together, or 4 lanes all in general, and then maybe merge it down to 2 once we get a little further away. The county, of course, is sitting on their heels about that, or sitting on their hands about that, not their heels, sitting on their hands about that, and, you know, not bothering to really do a whole hell of a lot right now about the width of the road. You know, it's not really something that's bothering them a whole hell of a lot. There's no real need at this point. I mean, they could do it, which could improve traffic, but there's not they do have a lot of traffic that comes through here. But there's also different ways for the traffic to get around. They don't have to come this way. They do take other ways. They do take the ferries, and so on and so forth. So, there's no real pressing reason to have the road expanded. I mean, it's only heading out into the rural areas, and once you start expanding roads, then more stuff comes in, and da-da-da-da-da. So, it's the county not wanting to expand out of fear of getting too big, and then starts creating problems. City texture. Let me go city texture. City dirt. Give me the dirt. PPR dirt. Thank you. Glad I painted it, because now I can see exactly on the map where I'm at. Because before then, I'm like, where's the toll booth? Across the country is, well, that's what they all do. Of course the county is. Oh. Yeah, no, the county is definitely sitting on their heels about what to do with this road. Because it's like you're looking at it and you're going, okay, you get this area here. You got this large highway. You got the A13. And this is the first exit that we've built that's not over here in Orkanger County. Because this whole island here, this is Orkanger County. Well, it might get divided up into Orkanger, Trondelag, which would kind of be maybe over here, kind of dividing up the greater Trondheim area. But for right now, this is all Orkanger County, because I think the Orkanger County Courthouse is somewhere down here. Yep, Orkanger County Courthouse, which sits right over here. This is Orkanger County. The other county, I haven't quite figured out what we're going to call it yet. It could be Hellsgate County, so Hell's about the Port County, or whatever county is in Norwegian, because I keep forgetting that word. So it could be Hell's about the... Actually, I like that. So Hellsgate County. So this is Hellsgate County, which I think is a pretty cool name, if I do say so myself, Well, it's also understandable for the county. Yeah, it's like they don't want to expand, because why expand when you have these small roads that are leading to small areas? But as of right now, that's the kind of the leading subject is this road that leads from whatever C highway that is to the A, the on-ramp for the A highway, which love this toll booth. Very happy with this toll booth, and I'm glad, CB, that you can be inspired to create your own if you're still watching. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. I'll give that an approach medium icon. But yeah, so that's kind of what the county is doing right now. It's just kind of obnoxiously sitting on the idea of, hey, we need to really work on this, project and such, but, we really don't want to, because, we're afraid that it's going to, create problems or so on and so forth, and, really don't want problems, and, we really don't want to create a larger infrastructure, which is going to create more repair costs, and and the list goes on and on and on and on of why the county would not want to do something like this. They would not want to expand the road to better serve, the people coming off of the A13 from Trondheim, or from the other parts of the island, which have yet to really be explored or decided of what the names will be. Because again, I don't even know what the names of the little community that we're building just down the way, because this is not a part of Hasvik. Hasvik proper, like Hasvik is right over here, and Hasvik itself would probably follow this coastline down a little bit, and then probably end right about here, and between these fields and so on and so forth, then probably stretch back up to here, and then probably at this grid square, it would then start coming back over and then follow the river. So this isn't Hasvik. This is probably something in relation to this community over here, or this is just strictly the county. like this community here is probably just the community, and this is just county land. Yeah, if you check, see Matogate, yep. Yeah, like I said, glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad that you're finding it useful and inspirational, and helping you, build in your route. So hopefully, if you need any more tips or pictures, let me know. I can show you more what I've got. Also, I've done another style of toll booth that I'll show you real quick. Back over here on the other side of the Nidsund Bridge, or the Nidsunde Bridge. So we just have the automated toll, which is just a pay-by-plate system. So a lot of the these are a lot of the assets I showed you earlier, and this is just a Swedish stylized sign that I'm actually going to bring back over there because I need it. But this is kind of the same concept as a toll booth, just switched to more pay-by-plate. This is kind of where the A13 tolling begins and ends, because Northanger County, it's all urban. They don't toll to use the A13. This is the only A highway to not be tolled. Pretty much in Kaldvann, all the other A highways are toll highways. And if it's not a toll highway, it's usually a B highway, and if it's not that, it's a C highway, and if it's not that, then it's probably just a road, just a road. But exiting, this isn't a toll section. It's not, processing payment at this point. It's just tracking cars coming and going. It's just a traffic cam, more or less. So whereas over here, this is a pay-by-plate system. So it just depends. Each camera has a different function, but this is not a pay-by-plate system on this side because you're exiting the highway. I know in some places you would pay to exit the highway because you'd have a ticket, or it would just track you as you come and go. And I suppose that is one way we could do it. Because in Maine you pay a flat rate instead of in upstate New York you pay via the distances you drove. Yes, I reskinned those Crown Vics. It's actually a SketchUp model that a friend of mine ported over for me. I actually also did this to Trains model. This here's a Trains model, but I painted this for Trains. Trondheim Police Department. Waiting for them. I did ask the guys. It's North Texas Trains, I think it is. I did ask him, hey, when are you going to do the Crown Vic? Are you going to do the Crown Vic? He said he would. So I'm kind of waiting on that because I'm more of a Ford guy, or am kind of maybe not so much as a late, but I will be using the 91C for quite a bit of stuff. Hey, look at Nissan. Alright, so let's get back over here. Kind of want to work on this town, and maybe I kind of want to expand the farm fields a little bit and kind of bring in some more fields and so on and so forth. There needs to be a field here. There could be a field along here, which would be kind of separated by a little pond. I think that is. It looks like a little pond of some kind. Now I just need to figure out that creek. So let's go ahead and get back in here, and we're gonna plant some farm fields. Can you give me the texture, please? Thank you. Now you're just being a dick. This is one texture that I can turn all the way up and just go. So we'll just go to the road and I'll just bring it back when I need to. I'll just pop in the other texture just as need be. And we can turn this up some because this is one texture that I don't need to rotate, so I can just crank it all the way up. Just let it repeat because it's just a farm field. And I do know farm fields might have just some like dirt patches through them or something like that. You know, it's not going to be the same uniform color, but just for the sake of this right now, I'm just going to go ahead and plop them in. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to bring over from Tane. I told you, yeah, but I bought TRS. Oh. So actually, I just went ahead and pasted my whole content folder from trains. I just, ported over that whole thing. And then brought it into my external hard drive, and then just told 19 to read from that directory. So I actually didn't have to, I just brought the whole thing over and just called it a day because it was going to be too hard to sit there and determine what I want to bring over. What do I not want to bring over? I said, well, even if I'm never going to use it again, I'm just going to bring it over and just have it. Took a while, especially just kind of porting over a large file such as your train's content folder. That's not a 5 meter. God dang it. And the thing is, I'm probably have to redo some of that field just a little bit. I was wondering why it looked a little different heading a little further out, but that would explain why. But yeah, so I just told 19, hey, here's the folder, read from it, and call it a day. Because like I said, I could not figure out for the life of me, like, what did I want to bring over? And Sean just told me, yeah, just do this, and on a fresh install with really nothing. It was the only thing that ended up on that hard drive. It was, I installed 2019, I set it to that hard drive. It was the only thing on there at the time. And then I just said, made 19 read, find the folder that was from Tane, and there you go. It was pretty simple. It saved me a hell of a lot of legwork and stuff like that. Yeah, honestly, it's the best idea, really. Because then if you don't want that, certain things, then you could just go ahead and delete it. Like I said, it will take a while just because your train's content folder is probably large. So that's the only thing, is it just might take a little while. Like, I think it took me a full day to maybe transfer the file. Like, I think I went to bed, woke up the next day, I might even gone to work. I don't even know. I just also, because it was just so long ago, I don't remember what I did. But I think I might have even gone to work, and then when I came home, it was ready to transfer. Creek. Go stream. Kind of want to stream. There we go. I think this will be fine. Just a little creek. Too much repetition. See what we got for creek assets real quick. So we're gonna go creek. If I can spell creek, put an I in there somewhere. Cripple Creek. Nice. What a name. Yep, Cripple Creek Station. Yep, that is certainly a small train station. Just want a creek spline. At least now I have DRS-19 though. I can play with those E units on oh, those E units are so nice. I have to rebuy Coal Country though, which is the downside of buying DLC on Steam. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because I did that. I think the only thing that I bought on Steam, actually I think I have a couple things I bought on Steam for Tane. But I think because I ported over my content folder, well actually, no, you should be fine. Because if you have it installed on, because I have, because I bought, let's see, I bought the P42s, which I have those. You know, I bought that on, it's like one of the first payware purchases I ever made in trains altogether, and I bought this on on Steam, the DLS. So this is from Steam, and then I think I did the Illinois terminal. IT, let me see. Yep. So I got this on Steam as well, the Illinois terminal, because then I was living in Illinois. I think I did the CSX GP60, or I'm sorry, SD60. SD60. Yep, this was, I thought this thing was great. I thought this was the most amazing. I ran this thing everywhere. That was like my go-to. Loved that. Loved it. But yeah, I played that all the time, but it came over. You know, I didn't have to rebuy anything. So I think, honestly, you should be okay because you already have it installed. And it should be on your trains folder. So I think you'll actually kind of get away with that one. Of course, if like you're missing any depths and stuff like that, you might be a little screwed. But I think for the most part, you should be relatively fine. I'm going to go through here and just manually make a creek, aren't I? Yep. I think I just kind of come through and manually do this. That's fine. Guess there's some days I don't get to be lazy. Not whitewater, we just rippled. It's not going anywhere too fast. So 1730, so I'll have to bring that up, which then it comes down to 1631. Okay, not bad. So I think this will be the best method. So let's try 1730 again. Still kind of brings us up. Now it's kind of starting to get smaller, so we'll kind of have to. I just have to port the. Yeah. So basically, all you do is just basically port the folder over, drop it in, you know, maybe in just that particular file into the trains 2019 file, and then basically just tell 19 to, hey, I forget where exactly you do that. I know it's somewhere in like settings. Like I think it's train settings. Yeah, so basically be train settings, install local data folder, and then you just select whatever build file you want. So, and then instructions for moving your content, I think is probably helpful. Again, I had Sean, he just told me what to do. So I didn't really have to do a whole lot of legwork because he was doing it for me. Go whitewater through here because it's kind of coming down. Oh, excuse you? Okay. Guess we're not going to. Alright, so we'll maybe just kind of... Yep. I'll eat out there. Is it ready or?
Nope, another about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll wrap it up in here. So I got about 10 more minutes, guys. So I'm gonna go eat because God, I'm starving. Yeah, flooding would definitely be a big concern around here. There's not really a whole lot holding this creek back, which actually I'm going to lower it down, kind of make it just a little bit smaller, so it's a little deeper in the ground, so it's not right up here. So that's really my only concern. There's nothing really holding it back. Like even right here, it's bring it down because it's just coming along. Okay, easy there. So we'll bring this right here into the kind of a culvert. Try to widen this out at the lower level it's at. So I guess that's how we're doing this. Doing this little creek right here. So I could probably lower it down a little more, just make it a little smaller. I don't think I want it so damn big, but I also don't want it so darn small. Culvert. let me see. Yeah, I did that before because I had to go create a folder in G drive, so I couldn't help my C drive. Did you see K&L Trains released a Caboose pack? Oh, they did? No, I didn't see that. I did not see that they released a Caboose pack today. Train. Let me go back to Culvert. So I'm going to go ahead and lower this down. There, that's probably how that's going to work, and then it'll pop out somewhere over here. Takes quite a ride to get over here. Kind of comes along like this, so. But anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for now because I'm gonna have to wrap it up here in a few minutes and go have supper. But I think we've, I say we've accomplished a lot. I don't really believe that statement to be true. I'm gonna have supper. I'm probably gonna come back on here for an hour or two, work on a little more of this, just kind of get some of my other thoughts down, and then time permitting tonight. I'm probably going to come back on and do a Carabasset stream. So we will go from there. But do consider hitting that like button if you enjoyed this. Maybe subscribe if you already haven't. Don't really know how many people who have subscribed to me watch these streams, or if people who do watch these streams end up subscribing. Definitely very specific niche for people who want to see these kinds of streams. So it really depends on what you want to see. So, but anyways, I'm heading out. So I will talk to you guys later, and take care. See you.